Welcome one, welcome all to the Funhouse. I'm Uncle Salty. This is episode 30, and it's playtime. In today's show, we will be looking at and discussing the Masters of the Universe, New Eternia, Clawful. Now, as you can see, this toy comes in the deluxe box. It has 30 points of articulation, just like all the other figures in the New Eternia line. Just take a look at this giant window where you can see the figure and all of the accessories that it comes with. The side of the box has a great painting of Clawful, as does the back of the box. Both have him emerging from watery depths, showing us he is comfortable in both the water as well as on land. The tagline, Masters of the Universe, New Eternia, original designs inspired by classic concepts. I really enjoy how this toy line mixes the old with the new so well. You can display your figure in the classic form that every fan is accustomed to, or you can reimagine it with great new updates and they don't completely change the character. The back also has a great little blurb, as well as a cross-sell for the rest of the figures in Wave 9. I can't wait to get Buzz Off as well as Faker. Now let's get Clawful out of the box and see what this figure has to offer. We're going to start with the accessories, and we will begin with this orange chest plate as well as the shield. Now, the chest plate is a nice little nod to the Filmation cartoon in which Clawful wore this with the nice little jewel on the front of it. So I think that's kind of cool that they added that. And now the next item, or two items I should say, are a little bit of a reimagining of the figure. You have this little doodad, which goes over one of his biceps. I don't exactly know what that is. And then you have this, which will go on the back of Clawful. And I think that's a really cool looking design and a nice little added feature to go on the figure. Now let's get the figure out and go over the articulation. There we go. All right. Figure comes with his classic 1980s inspired weapon. The green weapon, and it stands up quite nicely. Articulation, the head moves from side to side as well as up and down, and it's on a ball joint, so I'm sure that it can be removed. Arms rotate 360 degrees. We have movement at the shoulders, a swivel at the bicep, and movement up and down at the wrist. His claw is articulated, which is nice. He has a swivel at the waist, as well as an ab crunch. And this figure is extremely tight, which is very nice that the figure is made so tightly. You don't want to have any loose joints on your figure. Legs move up and down at the thighs, double jointed at the knees, and a swivel at the boot cut. And his feet rotate 360 degrees as well. Now let's take a look at this. A little over-exaggeration on the claw, but very nice. And that also is articulated. Now, for those of us that had Masters of the Universe figures as a child, the claw had the sweet action feature. It wasn't articulated, but it had a lever, and you could pull it, and when you released it, it would snap instantly. Now, just for fun, let's first get a peek at how tall this figure is. The figure stands, as you can see, at 7 inches tall. And just to get an idea of the size of the figure, we're going to bring 2 other figures in. We'll stand the 2002 Cyclone figure next to him for a moment. And then we're going to bring in the Masters of the Universe Classics Evelyn, and we're going to stand them back to back. And Clawful stands just a little bit taller than the Evelyn figure. And if we then take, let's see if this works. We're going to take Cyclone, and we're going to see if the Clawful figure can hold Cyclone up. And it looks, nope. Thought it was going to be able to pick him up and hold him, but maybe not. Let's position the claw a little differently. And actually, he actually is able to hold a figure in that gigantic claw. So that's very, very cool that the figure is capable of doing that. A nice little added feature. Shows that the figure has a great base, and since all of the joints are so tight, it doesn't have a problem doing that. Now let's just take a quick look at the paint application on this figure. I like how the red is blended so well with the black, and it gives it a little bit of a dirty wash, not just on the head, but also on the chest plate and the claw, both of the claws actually. I think that's a very nice touch to do that, instead of having, if you can remember, the 1980s Clawful was bright red and eye-popping. I think it's way better to have it toned down and have your Clawful look a little dirty, a little dingy, if you will. Now we're going to try to get his, if you can see, the eyes on this figure, and it's going to be a little difficult to see, but we're going to bring him in as close as I can get him. And the eyes, they look almost like it's just all white, but if you look really, really closely, you can see that there's almost like a film over his eyes. So he actually still does have irises and pupils, but they did a really great paint job on the eyes themselves. So very, very nice touch. A very, very well put together figure. Definitely a great paint job. I like the metallic blue boots that he wears. All in all, just another great figure. If you are a collector of Masters of the Universe figures, I would highly recommend getting this figure to put in your collection. Thank you for watching the show today. If you enjoyed the show, feel free to comment and tell me what you think about the show. Don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching once again. Have a pleasant evening and a wonderful tomorrow.